Today on Newsbeat, why getting a job after college can be more challenging than graduating.
Plus, we take a look at the future of TOPS in the Louisiana legislature.
But first, the Boston bombing suspect tells authorities of a plan he and his brother allegedly had for New York.
Newsbeat starts right now. Good evening, I'm Jake Robles.
And I'm Ariana Prasad, filling in for Stephanie Incabrera. Thanks for joining us.
New York City Mayor Michael Bloomberg said Thursday Zakar Zarniev, the surviving suspect in the Boston bombings, told investigators that he and his brother planned to bomb Times Square. New York City Police Commissioner Ray Kelly said the two came up with the plan spontaneously after the Boston bombings, as they talked in an SUV they allegedly hijacked. Kelly added the brothers had 5 pipe bombs and a pressure cooker bomb with them in the SUV. You might remember the latter being similar to the ones used in the Boston Marathon attack. Bloomberg expressed relief the brothers' plan for New York failed.
We don't know if we would have been able to stop the terrorists had they arrived here from Boston. We're just thankful that we didn't have to find out that answer.
An East Baton Rouge Parish judge ruled Thursday LSU must immediately produce the names of the 3 people of the people its boards of supervisors considered for the university presidency. NOLA.com reports Judge Janice Clark issued the ruling less than 3 hours after the conclusion of oral arguments in the case, which was brought by NOLA.com, the Times-Picayune, and the Advocate against the university. The Daily Reveille will have a similar hearing with a different judge on April 30th.
Louisiana Senate Education Committee rejected an attempt to control the cost of TOPS by voting not to establish a cap on awards. The Education Committee Thursday rebuffed the bill by Republican Senator Dan Moorish of Jennings without objection. Moorish says that without cost controls, TOPS may become too expensive for the state to maintain. The costs go up every time tuition rises. Next year, that cost is estimated to be $204 million. Governor Bobby Jindal says the program has encouraged more students to attend college and they don't want to limit funding.
With graduation right around the corner, a new stat could make graduating seniors nervous about their prospects. Tiger TV reporter Jordan Joseph tells us why graduates will have more on their mind when walking across the stage.
According to a recent study done by Demo, a public policy organization, about 45% of the unemployed in the nation are between the ages of 18 and 34. A Huffington Post article also adds that not only are 5.6 million young people out of work, but there are also about 4.7 million who work in jobs that they are overqualified for. With graduation coming up fast for senior animal science major Brandon Thompson, she shares her hopes and fears of what comes after graduation and how she's preparing herself for the future.
But it's really hard to get hands-on experience while you're in school, so a lot of these up-and-coming graduates and veterinarians, while they may be book smart, they lack certain hands-on skills. So my goal is to, I guess, learn how to acquire those skills at the same time pursuing what I want to do.
Preparing yourself with work experience and internships also goes a long way with employers. George Barrow, assistant professor of economics, says that willing to work hard and move outside of your geographical comfort zone can help you secure a spot in the workforce.
This isn't the same workforce that we had maybe 5 to 10 years ago. Now if you're going on to the market, what you're going to have to do is put forth a little bit more effort.
Barrow also suggests that students entering into the market should use every resource available to them in college that could help them find a job.
There's no substitute for hard work.
Although finding a job in the market has proven to be difficult for a number of young adults, students can still hope to secure their spot by working hard, staying focused, and being ahead of the curve. For WLSU, I'm Jordan Joseph.
Barrio also mentioned that getting an early start and working towards your professional goals is always a good thing and will pay off in the long run. Also, it's not all bad news for people looking for jobs, though. Marketing analysis site Briefing.com says claims for unemployment benefits fell more than expected last week. About 339,000 people filed first-time claims, down about 16,000. Economists thought there would be around 4,000 fewer requests. First-time unemployment claims are often seen as a barometer of how strong or weak the job market is. Even though these latest figures show fewer employees are being laid off, that doesn't translate into more hiring. In April, about 3 million people claimed their unemployment benefits for at least the second time.
Residents are cleaning up after a tornado roared through a neighborhood in Kenner, Louisiana. This is video of some of the damage. The National Weather Service confirms it was an F1 tornado with 90-mile-per-hour winds. As you can see, it caused some minor roof damage to some homes, as well as some trees. This was one of 2 tornadoes reported in the state, as a wicked line of storms rolled through Wednesday. We got those tornado warnings here on campus yesterday. Hopefully that's a quick recovery for the people in Kenner.
Definitely, Ariana. When we come back, we'll check in with Chief Meteorologist Robert Gocher III to see what you can expect in the weekend weather.
Stay tuned.
Good evening, I'm Chief Meteorologist Robert Gocher III, and we had a pleasant day today. Our dew points were a little low, a couple clouds over the area, but we didn't see rain here. There's a few spotty showers just to the north of us. East Feliciana Parish saw a few showers. They moved off to Greensburg, but those are even starting to die down too, just like our temperatures. Tonight, we can expect our temperatures to bottom out around 50 degrees, partly cloudy skies, a north wind of 5 miles an hour. Will likely stay dry, but there might be a pop-up shower or two around southeast Louisiana. Same thing for tomorrow. Maybe some showers, but we'll probably be mostly sunny here in Baton Rouge. 81 degrees for the high tomorrow, a little bit warmer than today. Winds east at 5 miles an hour, and your 5-day forecast shows pretty nice conditions. That front that passes is likely to stall out in the Gulf and could potentially even move back forward, bringing us a chance of rain Saturday and Sunday, but a low chance. If anything, they'll be isolated. Our temperatures are fairly stable, our highs being in the lower 80s and our lows being in the lower 60s. So bring an umbrella just in case. You'll likely be all right, though. Tomorrow, though, looks to be a gorgeous day. For the most up-to-date weather, find me on 91.1 KLSU, Facebook, Twitter, or at robertthe3rd.com. Back to you all.
Coming up in our global segment, an international look at a national tragedy.
I'll look at how the people of Chechnya are distancing themselves from extremism. I'm Ariana Prasad, and welcome back to Newsbeat's global segment. With the recent developments in the Boston Marathon bombing, the ethnicity of the suspects comes into question. The suspects, brothers Zokhar and Tamerlan Tsarnaev, are of Chechen descent. Chechnya is a federal republic in southern Russia. People have been confusing Chechnya with the Czech Republic, a Central European country, so much that the Czech ambassador issued a press release addressing the confusion. The suspects, like most Chechens, are Muslim. Muslims across the country apologize and distance themselves from the Tsarnaev's radicalism, including the boy's uncle. Most Americans are unfamiliar with Chechnya on a globe, let alone their history and culture. Some journalists are giving an unfair representation of Chechens, associating the men with violent rebel groups rallying against Russia. Their ethnicity and religion cannot be blamed for the attack. Only the Tsarnaevs carry this burden. As Chechens shed light on their culture, African LSU students do the same. The African Student Organization closed their annual African Week with an African extravaganza. The event featured a traditional African play, African food, and a fashion show of traditional and contemporary African styles. The event also featured performances from LSU organizations such as the LSU Gospel Choir and the Legacy Dance Team. The goal of the extravaganza was to showcase the diversity and vibrancy of LSU's African community. Throughout the week of festivities, ASO President Biola Ije and ISO Vice President Jean Segu encountered a positive yet curious response in the LSU community.
We want to know, tell me about your culture, how is your country, what language are you speaking, what clothes are you wearing, etc. etc. So it's a positive reaction generally.
The theme of this year's event, Celebrating Our Heritage, Anticipating Our Future, showcased Africa's past with an optimistic look to its future. That's all the global news I have this week. Back to you, Jake.
Thanks, Ariana. That's all the time we have for Newsbeat today. Be sure to connect with us on YouTube and follow us on Facebook and Twitter for our latest updates. We'll be back Tuesday with all your news. We're live during Dead Week to make sure you have all the news you need during study breaks. Thanks for joining us. Hit the books and have a great weekend.